This father is so cruel. He pushed his daughter into the urn to prevent her from escaping. The man even brought 200 pounds of stones to press on it. The daughter was scared to death inside, but the father was jumping up and down outside. The reason why he did this is to invoke the spirits by giving his daughter to the devil so that he can get supernatural powers. He smeared pig's blood on his face. Then he went crazy and kept convulsing. The man fell into the mirror together with his daughter. He disappeared into the cave. The villagers thought the man had angered the mountain god. After that incident, the children in the village often disappeared. For safety reasons, the mayor of the village paid for the sealing of the cave. He thought it would be safe, but I didn't realize a few outsiders were about to cause a big trouble. The men murdered their wives and were about to dump their bodies. Coincidentally, they found this cave. He didn't think much of it. He thought it was just an ordinary mine. So the man dug a hole and accidentally ripped out the spell that sealed the evil spirits. He threw his wife's body into the cave, but just as they were about to leave, something strange happened. His wife, who was obviously dead, she kept calling for help through the wall. The man carefully took down a brick. He didn't realize that his wife was still alive. The husband beat his wife half to death. Then he threw her into a cave to prevent her from escaping. The husband sealed the cave with cement bricks. Before leaving, the wife begged the man for mercy. She wanted him to let her out, but he was afraid she'd call the police on him. Then he calmly went back to work at the police station. The next day, 2 kids lost their dog. They found this cave by accident. The sister was curious and climbed in to check it out, but it was too dark inside. She looked around for a week, but found nothing. She grabbed a flashlight, but she found what looked like a woman lying on the ground. The girl was so scared that she didn't know what to do. She dropped her cell phone on the floor, but just when she wanted to pick up the phone to take a closer look, a pair of black hands pulled the girl in alive. The younger brother was scared to death of the dark hole, but in order to save his sister, he tried to lean in slowly. Luckily, her sister was fine. She was just scared and pulled her brother with her. Immediately fled the place. Then the police found this cave, but when they went in, they found nothing. Then the man noticed a metal door. He decided that there must be someone inside. The man tried to open it. Finally, the murdered woman fell out. Thinking of all the missing children lately, the police concluded that there must be a lot of corpses inside. The man pressed his daughter into the urn. Then he sealed the mouth of the urn with a stone. The man went crazy and practiced outside. No matter how much the daughter begged, the father was still doing it outside like a madman. Afterwards, both of them disappeared in front of the cave. What's even weirder, the village children also disappeared into the cave. When the police arrived at the cave, the bodies inside were found one by one. That day, Boeing took her son to her mother-in-law, but in the blink of an eye, the child in her hands had turned into a toy. Boeing was sure that her child had gone into the cave. Sure enough, when she entered the cave, she found a huge underground space inside. They tried to go inside, because the children who disappeared recently could have been hidden here. That's when she heard her son's voice, but when she looked closely, it was the man who had performed the ritual before. It turns out that the man was possessed by an evil spirit. He imitates any sound he hears. That's why countless children hear voices. Into this cave. Thinking about it, the woman was scared. She tried to walk back, to get out of here, but she didn't take 2 steps. The sound of her son calling for help came back, although she knew it was a monster. But the loss of her son made her lose her mind. In a moment of desperation, her husband grabbed a shovel and saved her, but the 2 of them had just escaped to the mouth of the cave. Her son's voice mesmerized the woman again. Perhaps she couldn't let go of her son. She sent her husband out of the cave and followed the demon alone back to that horrible cave.